So I wanted to show you guys, there was this comment from a voter that went viral, and you're about to see why it went viral. This is what people call median voter syndrome. You know, it's like you'll talk to somebody and they'll have the most contradictory positions you could possibly imagine, and it doesn't occur to them that it's contradictory. We saw this with, AOC asked her own followers, like, hey, can the ones of you who voted for both me and Trump explain why? And like, just the fact that there's any Trump AOC voters is kind of wild, right? But they spoke to her, right? So anyway, here we go. Look at this. This is in Yahoo News. A Pennsylvania man's reasoning behind his vote for Trump has gone viral and left social media users aghast. The man's quote was included in an article by the Philadelphia Inquirer that explored how the president-elect, buoyed by voters' economic anxieties, won Pennsylvania despite being called a fascist. Here's the excerpt that went viral. Ready? In Scranton, that's, remember, Joe Biden's place, right? In Scranton on Wednesday, Matt Wolfson, a 45-year-old former construction worker, looked around at poverty in the Rust Belt city and thought the nation needed a change in leadership. Wolfson said he didn't love the dictatorial aspect of Trump's personality, but thought it could help keep the country out of wars and maybe bring peace to some other conflicts, including Ukraine. Quote, he's good and bad. People say he's a dictator. I believe that. I consider him like Hitler. But I voted for the man. What am I supposed to do with this? I mean that sincerely. What am I supposed to do with this? Because there really is this, like, almost like this sacrosanct point among pundits that, like, you should always be trying to understand voters and adjust, which there's a logic to that. If you want to win elections, you kind of have to do that, right? But I think we could take that mentality too far when it crosses the line into you can literally never criticize a voter for anything ever. And that's insane. Sometimes voters deserve immense scrutiny and criticism. And this is one of those times. First of all, can we just point out, Homie literally says, I think Trump could keep the country out of wars and bring peace. And then he goes on to say, yes, he's like Hitler. Yeah, Adolf Hitler, known for peace. Like, what the fuck? And that goes beyond the obvious point of just like comparing him to Hitler and then voting for him. Are you admitting that you have Nazi sympathies? Because on its face, that would seem to imply you're kind of a Nazi, right? I don't know how he fancies himself. I don't know what he fancies himself politically, but he's either like one of the dumbest people ever, or he's trolling us, or he's, I don't know, some genuine Nazi type and he's trying to like cloak it in one way or another while admitting it. I don't know, but look, at some point you have to say with some people, like, there's just, what am I supposed to do with this? This dude is not going to ever vote for some logical ass reason, right? I don't care if Kamala unveiled a specific policy that would directly improve this guy's life and give him $5 million directly. He would still find a way to be like, nah. So again, the whole point of me doing this segment is I generally agree. Try your best to not criticize voters. Try to learn from voters and adjust. But there are instances where you have no choice but to criticize voters. Like, you have no choice but to point out, this is the fucking dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. The dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. He's like Hitler, so I voted for him. He's like Hitler, so he'll keep us out of wars. And I voted for him. Oh, Jesus Christ. Boy. There's not much else to say, is there? Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.